Hello and welcome back to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Last time we explored a couple more systems and we did a space fight that I remember, and we also dealt with the Nemesis, I think. Yeah. So Nemesis, he's done with, don't gotta worry about him anymore. And now we're trying to just get around the place. We did find our first stash of phlogiston here. So that should be good for later. I'm still not sure. I think you only get phlogiston for when you place down the extraction. You don't get it over time, which sucks. But otherwise, we're fine. And now, gonna try to go to a new place, which I think maybe here would be a good one. Let's just reduce the difficulty. There you go. Nothing happened, that's good. What do we got here? Vox systems intercepted a distress signal coming from an Imperial vessel. The system contains a ship that belongs to the planetary fleet of Dargonus, the capital of the Von Valancius dynasty. The transmission is repeated at regular intervals, but the message itself is corrupted. A cacophony of requests for helps, groans, and shouts. What in the world? Is it your name that they are shouting, Lord Captain? Let me double check something. Okay. Double checking my mic, always gotta make sure. So we got a bunch of space dusts and a void ship. We'll go to a void ship first. Oh, we're gonna have to board. This could go terribly. We'll see. It's a gutted void ship. So that means might be demons. Gotta level up quickly. What's my last thing I should do? This gets rid of everything, but bonuses are doubled in the specific one. Cover efficiency and reroll characteristics. That's good for like the mid ground or whatever it's called. Allies gain armor, cannot be over penetrated, gain immunity to prone, and gain 3 deflection against area damage. And that's pretty good. All attacks by allies in this area inflict the overwhelmed effect on any enemy that fails a willpower resistance test. I do stronghold to keep Abelard alive longer. Assassin. Makes an enemy suffer minus armor and deflection until end of assassin's turn. That could be good for killing a specific guy. Attacks granting plus 40% dodge to target of this attack. If it hits, it deals an additional plus 20 damage. Increased by twice the percentage of missing wounds. Okay. Vanguard anything for this. Forces an enemy in their melee range to immediately attack the Vanguard. All the Vanguard's allies who are wielding melee weapons adjacent to the enemy make an opportunity. That's only good if there's a bunch of melee around me, which there's probably not going to be. Vanguard and their allies gain plus 16 damage and armor penetration against enemies in a 2-cell radius around the Vanguard. Additionally, when this ability is used, all allies in a 2-cell radius gain the following ability. Gains damage deflection against range attack equal to the number of stacks. Additionally, the Vanguard also becomes immune to foot push and force movement. I think this is best. Executioner inflicts bleeding on an ally. Ally gains, I don't know what my Medicae is. So possibly 6. Let me see. So it'd be 65. I guess that's how that works. So 65, it would gain 70. No, it'd be 5 plus 13. So 18% bonus to dodge and 8 plus 3 additional movement points until bleeding ends for any reason. All enemies suffering from damage over time in a 4-cell radius around the executioner immediately suffer another instance of these effects. They also must pass a medicine test with a 13% penalty or suffer an additional negative effect. That could be good. The executioner replaces of their wounds with the same number of temporary wounds while the executioner has temporary wounds. All melee attacks and damage over time do more damage. The executioner's next melee attack forces all enemies to run away from the executioner in a straight line. No, I'll do this one. And we get another thing. Deflection against the burning effect and flame weapons. So stuff for basically me. Machine Spirit. Healing people. That could be good. Perception plus 10. 30. I'm pretty sure is ones with better than 40. I think the name of this gives it away, by the way. There you go. No. You gave it before. I remember seeing it was like... So you're not going to say it now. Whenever it shoots, it gives off toxin, so it's physical. I don't know. I think I might do healing, but... I'll do this. So I can heal people if need be. Confident approach. 3 dodge reduction and parry reduction. Ignores 3% of enemy cover. All and attacks score critical hits, but crit damage on those attacks is reduced by half. If they have 4 stacks or more, always deal maximum damage. Or doing this, basically get rid of all effects and become immune. And you get dodge and parry. Word of the Emperor, I think, is the one that spreads the thing to it. Spreads the extra... you know what I mean. I can't remember the name of it. Anywho, so they gain the Hammer of the Emperor effect. Next time they deal damage, the damage is increased by 13 and the effect is removed. That's actually crazy. Heals wounds. All affected increase deflection by 1 and armor by 13. Yeah, we're doing damage. That is actually insane. Because it covers a big area too. Gain 2 shots. Meh. Maybe. Has resolve increased by 1 round. Imperial World characters. No, that's worse. I don't think there is in this party. Imperial World gains. Yeah, I'll do this. So, in case Abelard or any of the other Imperial World characters get weaker, they just are harder to kill. Can be used on enemies with the unfinished business effect. Attacks the target with a single shot or strike. Does not count to limit, dealing half max damage and additional ballistic skill bonus damage. Gain wounds. Nah, yeah. Gonna go for this. Even more damage.
Victory awaits!
The warp is a sea of evil relentlessly grasping at our souls. It is no surprise that vessels traveling through it so often meet with disaster.
Perhaps the Undying One has sent us to bring the final gift of his peace to those who survived.
This person's body is covered in unpleasant-looking gross scabs and ulcers. They look like fresh mutations. Possibly Nurgle?
Submit, and you'll die quickly!
Surrender to the dark powers!
So we got some mutants. No demons yet. Okay.
Suits my purposes.
You...
All too easy. Nothing I
And do
can't
this to
do.
keep you alive, hopefully.
I don't have time for this.
I'll do it. Faith without deeds is worthless. Doubt is for the weak. For you, my Emperor!
Already done.
Out of my way! Ah! Ah!
Stop it.
Death to non-believers!
Reading damage to
Chaos
bulk.
guides me! Ah!
None can escape the Emperor's judgment. God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
I don't know if I can get both. I can get those two.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I
Yeah,
act.
you're going down next.
I'll tear you limb from limb!
So I'm thinking Zinch or maybe
I
Nergal.
serve the ruinous powers!
Or maybe it is just mutant uprising.
High momentum.
I am your blade and shield.
Okay, and then we want
As
to
honor ordains.
dance macabre this way. Oh, I did the wrong one. They're both green. It's whatever.
The shadows will see it done. Trust me. I shall not fail. My blade whispers your name.
Okay.
Scorn pain!
Let's see to it. For the throne's glory. I won't object to it. Naturally.
You will not die in dishonor.
Okay, so we're talking. Good to know.
You will die screaming! Ah!
Victory is imminent. At your beck and call. It will be done. I will do my duty. I took care of this one. At your beck and call.
Do this for if anyone
Venerate
wakes
the
up.
dark gods! Death
Crap.
to the weak!
Not a problem for me.
I won't object to it.
There you go.
Nothing I can't do. All too easy.
An offering of blood.
Doubt is for the weak. Guided by faith.
I guess that's the best I can do.
Faith without deeds is worthless. Strike is a prayer. I'll do it.
There you go, and then
As the tenants demand. Trust me. Death is a blessing.
nice. Now we're gonna dance this way. Most of them are gone by now.
The shadows will see it done.
Get me a target. But of course, Lord Captain. For the throne's glory. Naturally.
Activate calculated fury algorithm. The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
I think he can take it.
My vow is to serve. Running by Narek override. Request approved.
What is ringing?
Yeah.
You are
I've seen a
I'm
lot.
resting.
I tire of idleness.
It's an energy
Let's
blast,
move.
so that means
It's
it's an
about
energy
time.
weapon? I just saw that. Is that a thing? So say I wanted to do this again and go through here. Energy. I don't see energy. Maybe it just doesn't fit into one of these categories because it's already powerful enough. Anywho, sorry. The Swedish smell coming from the dead body seems odd, and the blood has an unusual hue to it.
A new challenge for me?
The Cogitator's machine spirit stays silent in an attempt to reach the dead systems of the destroyed ship. Improved Flak Fist. Just seeing if we already had one. So that'd be 40 to this, 25. It is medium versus light. No, medium versus medium. Better armor, same dodge penalty. 0 to 18, but you do get 55 reducing the incoming damage by half compared to only by 18% or 10%. So honestly, add the cargo and then take that. Clear passage.
Experience. Nothing matters more. I'll lay claim to the stars.
Oh, I didn't want to go into another fight yet. Close ranks, do not let them get to the sarcophagus. Holy crap. Oh, we got a navigator. That was a navigator power if I've ever seen one. 1 second. I thought that was optional because most of those skill checks seem to be optional in case you fail them.
Operation successful.
Staff of House Cassini. All allies targeted by navigator powers gain an additional 2 movement points on their next turn. Infusing 7 allies targeted by navigator powers gain a 7 bonus to all their characteristics until end of navigator's next turn. This bonus stacks and is prolonged by until the navigator's next turn every time it stacks. Plus 5 willpower, plus 10 perception, and distraction cape. This cape lowers all enemies' perception by wearer's fellowship bonus within a 5-cell radius.
Follow my lead.
Books and items of luxury. The legality of some of them is questionable, but the Navis Nobilite often turns a blind eye to such diversions. We got another improved one. I'll take it. Maybe it'd be better on someone. Was Argenta have on? Oh yeah, you do have that cool one on. You have heavy. Oh yeah, I was like, why is... I thought she had that one on, she doesn't. These all give good bonuses. This doesn't, it just has good stats. which is a problem. I see
None shall stand in my way.
like maybe mediocre armor, but it gives me stats and I'm like, oh, well, you're a keeper. The navigator's throne, the handles are extremely worn, with visible marks left by nails, evidence of the terrifying hours spent locked in battle with the power of the warp. Holy moly. That's a lot. So mutated crewmen. Don't mind me looting your crewmates' dead bodies before I talk to you. The leader of the ravaged ship's crew wipes the sweat from his brow in a motion characteristic of navigators. My greetings. There is no need for introductions. I know the heirs of the von Valancios line by sight. I am Han of House Cassini, the navigator on this vessel, and as the senior surviving officer, I assumed command after the incident. Interesting. What happened to the crew and the ship and the crew, Han? This ship is assigned to the port of Dargonis. Some time ago, the captain was instructed to deliver a package, urgently by hand, to you, your lordship. We were even shown a pic of your face. The disaster struck during the warp jump. I will never know all the details, as I was preoccupied during it with my primary duties. But for some reason, the captain decided to open the package. That, as you may have noticed, had a most destructive impact on the crew. The package contained a chaos artifact, a chaos bomb, if you will. The moment it was removed from its protective cocoon, the crew began to lose their minds and mutate. The first to be afflicted was the captain and the senior officers, but the effect spread with incredible speed. Every deck was consumed by it, every last one. The raging mutants, no longer sane, damaged many systems. The ship was in distress and would have almost certainly been destroyed had I not resorted to making an emergency exit from the warp. The people you see here are the only survivors, or rather the only ones who were able to retain both their lives and sanity. I gathered everyone I could, isolated the source of danger, and sent out a distress signal. We were adrift, waiting for help to come and fighting off mad crew members. Then you arrived. So the Chaos Bomb package was meant for me? Who's the sender? As far as I'm aware, the order came from Kunrad Vuitvir, the Master of Whispers in the Rogue Trader's retinue. It is likely that he arranged the delivery, either personally or through intermediaries. That blasted traitor beat us to Dargonis and is now free to act with impunity. It would not surprise me to find out that this was the work of sorcery. How else could he have reached the world in such a short time? A heretic who is vested with legitimate power and whose latest activities remain a mystery to all. Believe me, an individual like your former Master of Whispers will not stop at sending a chaos artifact in his attempts to destabilize your protectorate. Your reaction suggests that you were not expecting a package of the sort. That is good to know. I had almost convinced myself that the Rogue Trader was deliberately collecting chaos artifacts. I am not tainted by chaos, and I know nothing of this package. I give you my word as Rogue Trader. I beg your pardon. I saw the terrible death of the entire crew with my own eyes. I was forced to bring the ship out of the warp by means of an emergency maneuver. And then I had to fight my former comrades, insane and twisted. I am tired. Sorry about that. However, the sender wanted all of this to happen to your ship, not ours. Were you not affected by the mutations and madness? Well, that depends. I was born a mutant, you see. Navigators are taught to resist the influence of chaos, and so I have been as best as I could. But I will be frank with you. I cannot be certain that I have avoided it completely. There have been no visible indications yet. All signs point to Han telling the truth, but you also notice clear evidence of just how difficult it is for him to struggle against the corruption. He is extremely tired, practically exhausted. Where's the artifact now? I have placed it inside a protective sarcophagus, more reliable than the previous repository. Unfortunately, an artifact as powerful as this one could not be destroyed under these circumstances. Or rather, I had no assurances that it would not disintegrate every one of us and scatter us across several light hours of neighboring space. But once we are off the ship, I will absolutely find a way to destroy the vile thing. We could lay mines and blow it up. Can't leave this ship. The corruption of the Chaos Bomb did afflict you, albeit not as strong as ours. Trust me, I will take the sarcophagus that holds the artifact and deliver it to those who can destroy it safely. We could lay mines in what remains of the ship and blast it along with the artifact from a safe distance. I have the resources and the knowledge to do it. What about me and the crew? Will you take us with you? I'm taking you aboard my ship there. My word is law, and no one will dare to take issue with you despite the mutations. I mean, I don't mind if you're a mutant, just as long as you don't try to eat people or kill me and do all sorts of stuff, you know? Because I don't think, yeah, because like he's a navigator, he's a mutant born that way. I don't feel like mutants are inherently chaos or inherently evil. So there could be good ones, I think. So, yeah. We'll take you aboard. Thank you, Lord Captain. Anyone who survived deserves it, at least, I feel like.
Halt! I noticed something.
Boots. Expeditionary footwear. Whenever the wearer uses a navigator power, they gain plus 15% dodge until the end of the round.
Victory awaits.
That's pretty good. Alrighty. Well, if that was all. Short but sweet mission. A side quest, whatever you want to call it. Interesting. Nice, 81% of fuel. 120% fuel. 81%. 81%. Okay, we got fuel galore, I guess. Planetoid with some plasteel, which we don't need. Next place. So this is Janus, which we don't want to go to yet. So we'll go to Silence of Mersaget. And we got a lot of purple on the bottom. One of the micro-cannon clans has sounded the alarm. The bay's ventilation systems have brought in the miasmas of some terrible disease that is killing dozens by the minute. Even more horrifying, the dead are rising to their feet and attacking the living, while some of the corpses are losing their human forms altogether, turning into unspeakable warp beasts. It would be suicide for those troops to storm the bay. Only the fearless Lord Captain and his retinue can stop the plight. Here we go, we're killing more Nurgle stuff. Like, you think they would get it by this time to be like, hey, maybe we should stop attacking the ship, it doesn't work. More loot coming, I guess.
I won't heed your cries of mercy.
We still got 3 and a turret. 4 in a turret. 5 in a turret. I'll take 5 enforcers in a turret any day, that's pretty good. I'll go here. Cabela will go down this way. Abelar will go down this way. Pascal will cluster here to shoot him. Heinrichs will do there. Heinrichs will join her down here. Behind the turret. And Argento will come up here to get ready to shoot down. Yeah, you're gonna get some good use out of your gun now. Okay, we need to have you for your damage.
Not a problem for me.
And front line down. A second, I gotta move so I can see it, I guess.
Suits my purposes.
That's good. Do this.
Nothing I can't do.
Now we're gonna give you this. And this. It's your time to shine.
The old Messiah.
Look at that. Holy crap. That is insane. And I'll take a shot at... Can I take a shot at any of you? That works well. I love that gun.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Doubt is for the weak. Faith without deeds is worthless. As the Emperor commands, none can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Okay, we got more.
I'll do it. For you, my Emperor! Power resides in the will of the righteous.
No, I did that wrong.
Weapon at the
Not bad.
ready. My faith strengthens me. For the glory of the Imperium. Stay vigilant.
Yeah, these enforcers are doing work. Holy crap.
Death comes in silence. Trust me. Come. The other side awaits. Caught by the weapon. As honor ordained, death is a blessing. Come, the other side awaits. Death is a blessing.
They just kept hopping in between them.
As the tenets trust me. blade whispers your name.
I didn't see that coming, actually. Okay.
I'm not injured. I'm enraged.
And then... move forward one. Come on.
Explorers know one route. Forward. The scriptural prophecy condemns you.
Again?
Take a knee and bow before me. All too
I don't know
easy.
what that sound is, but...
Nothing I can't do. Suits my purposes.
Gotta set up everything again.
Not a problem for me. Already done. Suits my purposes.
Running by Eric O'Brien. My vow is to authorization denied.
Another. That's crazy.
Advancing. Let the cycle be discontinued.
Nothing I can't do.
A dance of blades and shadows.
Like, how many move points does she have? She had like 30.
The shadows will kill it. Brings me no pleasure.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Bro, I love that arc rifle. That's insane. Insane for taking out groups.
I feel nothing, fear nothing.
This is the same room that Idira was in when she saw Valancius's ghost. Yeah, so don't group up while Pascal's in the party, because he's gonna screw you guys up. That's so just satisfying when you just see them all line up and group up and stuff, and he just is like, okay, I'm gonna use my arc rifle, and then just gets them all in one shot. I'll reduce that in a sec. Or should I save it for the dangerous? I'll save it for dangerous ones. Phlogiston again. 5! This is what we need. Archaeotech mechanism fragment. A surviving piece of an archaeotech mechanism of unknown purpose, discovered along the wreckage of an ancient imperial vessel on one of the planets in silence of Mersegrit. Interesting. So yeah, that's going down. And honestly, that should give us enough to place one of these projects. So either mag trains to get more profit and mechanisms, or do I wait? No, that would give me enough for that, but I don't have enough efficiency still, is the problem. What about this one? Good tidings, blocks this. Get a sword and profit factor and security, or complacency and faith. Well, I don't know how else to get efficiency because everything's blocked. Unless this one of these gives it. Nope. Doesn't look like it. This gives efficiency to everything by new mechanisms and efficiency again. So I'll hold on to my phlogiston. Ash World. A desert world with Promethean. What I need is chemicals. That's the big need right now. So let's go to Langrene's Belt. Enemies of humanity, you have been spotted aboard the ship. Warp beasts have enthralled the crew in charge of one of the macro cannons and massacred those who resisted the heresy. The Lord Captain is their only hope. Sure, the crew will receive military gear and a chance to prove their worth by dispatching the Lord Captain's enemies. The victory over the rogue trader's enemies came at a high price. Still, the decks have been cleansed of warp spawn, albeit it took the blood of hundreds of voidsmen to wash away any evidence of their presence. I don't know if that was worth it or not. It's fine, whatever. Dumped cargo and unexplored something else here. I need to keep an eye what gives me a crazy amount of purple at the bottom. Nothing on the snow world. Plasteel up the butt. I'm detecting traces of magmatic rock extraction. Judging by the methods of sacred geometry used for cutting open the formations, this is the work of my explorator brethren. Drifting cargo. Hecuter pattern plasma battery, long range, 3 shots dealing 33 each. So I think that's going to replace the Styges pattern. Provisions. Something here. This cold, windy planet is covered by a raging sea of mustard gray grass, so tall it reaches an average human's waist. The monotony of the endless steppe is occasionally broken by chains of murky green lakes, but the auger crew spots a far more interesting anomaly, a scar running several dozen kilometers deep, splitting the world's equator in two. After the 2 exploration watches, the crew intercepts a faint signal coming from one of the labor settlements in the deep chasm. Due to the unstable connection, the foreman mistakes your vessel for a winter scale ship. One was due to arrive 9 cycles ago. The foreman grimly reports over the weak channel that the adamantine ore deposits on the world are nearly depleted and the planet will be fully mined out in less than a decade. With some difficulty, he picks up enough words to understand that the ship in orbit belongs to another rogue trader house, then awkwardly apologizes and falls silent. At some point, the connection cuts off completely, and you leave the foreman and his prospectors to wait for their real master. Okay. I was debating if I should get provisions, but I think I'm fine so far. And we're gonna deal with pirates. Wait, stop. Almost forgot to put this on. That was close. Let's put this on. Which one's the Styges? Yeah. Or no, we want to get rid of the Riza. The Styges it's short range, but it does shoot one more shot, which is good. $70 doubled against that. Yeah, so this one can go to cargo. And alright. You sight a ship hovering over a void station. The vessel bears no identifying marks, but the landing craft swarming the station below makes the situation clear. Pirates have seized an Imperial outpost. The augurs detect that the pirate ship is warming up its engines and quickly reloading its cannons. It is preparing for battle. Attempt to hail them. Instead of responding to your hail, the ship fires a salvo and sets course towards you. I tried to give them a chance. I was going to be like, hey, maybe we can work this out. Maybe I can take half of your stuff if I let you go. But nope. I mean, that's fine. They probably get advantage though, right?
The whispers sound distant.
Nope, I get it.
The future is uncertain.
Set the course.
So let's put one here.
Torpedoes locked.
Those will get ready to go.
This one goes down. Lay in the course. Leave their hull strewn across the stars.
He's one shot away.
Fire right.
You're not getting away. There you go, and I'm shooting you.
Strewn across the stars.
I have 2 on my right, so I'll cover my right. And shift over to the left, hopefully. That will help keep them on my right, where my shields are. Nope, he's gonna loop around to hit me in the front. Or not, he's putting torpedoes out. They all are. Well, you're getting blown up. I don't know what your plan was there, bud.
Fire the launch batteries.